Morning, girls. How we doing? Welcome back to Glitter and Legends. This is plus size cruise fashion stylish outfit inspiration. A lot of words just kind of going together there in kind of a sentence, I guess. So after the cruise video, she released 2 videos that were just what she wore on the cruise, and they equal to be longer than the actual cruise video itself. Like I said, she's like genuinely terrible. I don't know why people like hire her for a spokesperson, apart from like, well, she ticks certain boxes. Certain very, very, very big boxes. That seems to be the only reason, because she is a terrible travel vlogger. Like, she's a terrible sponsor in general, because she comes out and just says, "Oh yeah, I'm on a cruise. Yeah, it's really difficult for me as possibly the biggest victim who's ever existed. There's yeah, that's it. That's her entire review. She didn't say where the cruise went, what amenities it had, anything like that. She forgot to advertise the cruise during her advertisement, but instead she'd rather talk about what she's wearing and pose in it because she loves herself, unfortunately, too much. Let's go.
So if y'all saw my last video where I was cruising through the Caribbean with Voyages, you probably left a comment about what I was wearing. And
well, probably not. We probably left a comment going, where did you go? What were you doing? How much did this cost? Was this actually a sponsor? You probably got questions like that as opposed to, well, you're still wearing red again, I noticed.
In realizing this, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a video of everything I wore, and then I'm going to do
It's probably because you, like, filmed it that way, like, deliberately. Like, this is literally what your channel is.
another video of everything I swam in, because
wow,
it is the season of swim. But this video, this is about outfits. So
the thing is, I literally saw, like, all of your bikinis in the last video. So why do I need to, like, hear about your bikini? It's because, like maybe this time she's actually going to go into it a little bit more. But I remember the last time she did a bikini thing for that random one where I went back in time and watched the Hawaii one. She didn't talk about them at all. She didn't talk about the sizes of the fits or anything like that. She literally just showed herself posing in them over and over and over again.
let's get into everything I wore on my Caribbean cruise.
Oh my god.
First look. I got on the
Also, why did she say Caribbean? I thought Americans said Caribbean. Just out of curiosity.
boat in this amazing red crochet set that was from a surprising store, a store that I have not shopped in years.
Oh, forgot to do my due diligence, guys. 1 second, I gotta make sure I go down and check why this is very clearly, definitely her hawking this shit again, because that seems to be the only way she makes money. 1 sec. Okay, yeah, I'm just back, and she does mention, like I said, she has gone better, and I'm very proud of you. Please don't strike me. She has mentioned these are affiliate links, so I do get a small commission from it, because once again, you know, she's been called out enough times. I guess she is finally correcting her wording, so, you know, big thumbs up for you there, kid. But, like, it's kind of like you're looking at someone's essay. Like, you're looking at the source table for someone's essay, because there's, like, 40 fucking links.
Forever 21. Now, this might shock you guys, but Forever 21 has some really cute stuff right now, and they've extended their sizing up to a...
Would that shock people? Even I've heard of Forever 21, so I assume it's like a store that exists and has good clothing.
4X, which is more of like a teen 4X, so it does fit...
It's a teen... Well, there's no chance you'll get in it. Like, literally no chance you'd fit in that.
Like a 3X in normal plus.
So you definitely won't fit in it.
Super comfortable. I got so many compliments on it, and I felt great, so...
Why? Like, I'm just like... It's firstly not anything special, and it's certainly not anything nice. Like, why would you get compliments on it? I don't. What is with these people? Like, okay, I realize it's a girl thing. I'm a straight guy. I don't understand it as well. But like, I don't know. Like people come up to you and go, "Oh my god, such a nice dress you're wearing," when they're just like lying to your face. Like, would that not make you feel annoyed? Like, I wouldn't like that. I don't like fake compliments.
Could not recommend it
looks
more.
awful.
I also love that it has little details like the flowers at the neckline and the tie on the waist. So like,
I see, the problem is you're so big, and the fact that the tie is exactly the same color, the tie, it doesn't stand out. Like, I can see it when she's doing a side view because I can see the tie there. But if she's like put her hand down like that, or she just stands like normal and her rolls like eat it, I literally can't see that there's a tie there at all. It looks bad. It looks like you're forced into that dress. It looks like one big breath and you're breaking out of it.
Kind of laced up on the side. It was very comfortable and honestly would make a great cover up, or wearing it like I did here as a
cover up. I guess so, but it doesn't really cover much. I can see every bend.
Outfit. So another thing that I was really into on this cruise was sets, and I love a good set.
Oh my god! I saw this one in the thumbnail. I don't think we're gonna get it. I don't think we're gonna get the Miami 5-0 shorts top combo. I'm very sad about that. This. A bit of a contender, but it does look nicer.
Style all the time, but for me, they're always in style. They're an easy outfit that makes me feel comfortable.
You wear sets all the time.
Torso, I generally find sets and
A longer torso? I guess you do have a longer torso, but that's certainly not your issue. This all is your issue.
Ironically, bikinis work better for my body. So the first thing I want to talk about is this amazing set from Reb Dolls.
It looks terrible because the top, once again, is like way too big. And even the bottoms, they look very baggy. Like, I guess you are trying to hide everything going on down there, but they actually kind of look a bit too big and too frumpy. And also because you stand close together, it looks like you're just like one solid leg. It looks like you're one big old tree stump leg.
It was these viscose-like pants and then a...
See, I don't know. I wouldn't be showing off like a lot of this. Like, you know, like this isn't like a nice area either. Surely you'd want to cover this area as well if you're just going around. Because like from here on up, like fine, it's sure like her tits are like in a literal different zip code than they should be. But whatever. Like from here up, like mid-arm, mid-shoulder, mid-chest upwards, it's all fine. I think this is the trouble area to cover.
Top that tied in the front that was like a cami. This had smocking in the back, so it really could be worn without
a bra. Oh my god, yay.
Because on a cruise, I don't wear one.
We're literally seeing more amenities in this what the fuck I wore on this cruise as opposed to the actual cruise advertisement.
Wear a bra. The pants...
Also, I have to admit, if I went on a cruise and it's like, there's board games, do you want to play board games? I was like, no. No, I could have done that in my fucking house.
I have had these pants before in another print, and I love them. So when I saw them come back for the season, I was like,
why is this place so empty? It is so clear this was like fucking... It was like deliberate. She got like a day or something like that to walk around the cruise ship by herself. So, it must mean something like that. Everywhere she goes is fucking empty.
This whole outfit looks fantastic.
You're on a cruise. There's probably 400,000 old people on that. No one's in the casino. I'm not buying it.
Fancy, but was very...
Can you put down your bag? Like, even when she's sitting here at the cruise chair, she's just holding her bag. Is she scared someone's going to steal it?
Looked fancy, but was very...
Why don't you put down your bag?
Comfortable.
Oh,
and I think that's
ridiculous.
The key to dressing on a cruise is wearing things that look great, but feel comfortable if you
Well, you got one of the two, possibly. And it maybe looks a little bit comfortable, but it looks like trash.
Accidentally get sunburned.
Like, this is nicer than everything she has shown her wearing on the cruise. This, unironically. These are, like, I really haven't seen the full body because, you know, it's probably gets a bit bad from down here. But this is actually a nice mix, and it works with her skin tone, it works with her hair color. I actually like this.
Or if you're really tired and hot, or you just don't want to wear a bra like me ever.
Oh my god, you're so unique.
For that.
That is so... They literally have a coloring wall. They have a coloring wall. Bro, you're adults. I feel that's all I really need to say, is you're just like adults. Like, really, what is this? Is this what you want to do on your... go over here. I want to see what the prices are for these wee individual things. That looks like that could be interesting. But right now, it's just like, the coloring wall. Guys, you want to spend $3,000 on a cruise for a coloring wall and some board games?
For that. Another set I brought was this really
basketball,
cute
of course. How can I forget?
This is in a color that's really polarizing, and you guys have probably seen it if you watched my Anthropologie haul. This set is super...
Did I? Did I?
Super comfortable. And I
don't think I did.
A chartreuse. And again, I know this is not...
I did see that one. Did I see that one? No, the chartreuse one she was wearing was a dress last time. It looks okay. She looks like a big old P, I guess.
For everybody.
Still can't put down the bag.
But if you like chartreuse and you want a good sweat set, this is an amazing set. They also do have it in other colors and slightly different cuts. In fact, Anthropologie's Daily Practice,
longer
which is their own
cuts.
brand, which made this set, is really amazing at kind of producing this style of pieces. This was the perfect thing for kind of just bopping around the boat. I could be active in it, and I also felt comfortable.
I could be active in it. Notice her idea of being active is taking like 1.5 steps.
Like eating was a little bit nicer than like gym clothes.
Eating, I could be active, I could eat. That is your activity, so yeah.
It also was a great cover up over swim. I felt supported. And honestly, I would wear this around my house all the time.
Wow.
Because it makes me feel a little bit nicer than pajamas, which I often find myself in too much.
Wow, you're so unique in it. She keeps saying these things, and she pulls the face. She always pulls the face when you know you're meant to be like, oh, Anna, you're so wacky. You wear pajamas. I didn't expect you to wear pajamas. No one wears pajamas. Like, it's like, yeah, like most people wear pajamas, especially when they're around the house, I guess. A lot of people wear pajamas. It's not that uncommon. A lot of people wear pajamas. Some people call it loungewear. It basically is pajamas, but people call it loungewear, so they don't feel like they're wearing pajamas around the house. Like, yeah, it's not that uncommon, but she always thinks she's goofy. It's like her whole, like, guys, there's one thing no one might know about me. I wish I didn't have to wear a bra. It's like, wow, you're fucking interesting, I guess.
I'm trying to get out of my pajama phase in life.
Wow.
Because it's really hard to, like, not want to wear pajamas all the time.
Why?
Speaking of pajamas.
I was about to say, you literally wore them through the cruise.
Is another set from Reb Dolls that literally felt like pajamas. Now, I don't usually put the same...
She literally wore pajamas during the cruise. She made a specific point that she was doing it.
...brand in kind of like a lookbook where I try to wear different brands when I go on a trip just to show you guys variety.
I keep checking here because it doesn't feel like we're on 1.25 speed because she is going through this so slowly.
But I am really loving Rip Dolls for a lot of different reasons.
You want to show me it? I don't know what you're talking about.
To a 5X, and they also are.
What is it? Did she not film herself wearing this one? Why is there no footage?
Affordable. And it's a small business, so it's kind of like one of those, like, a lot of wins on my list.
Oh my god, how about you show it to me?
Another outfit that a lot of people stopped me on. I love that I can wear the top off.
A lot of people stopped you on it, probably because they thought you were a literal Forrest coming at them.
The shoulder or on the shoulder.
Look at this shit.
How comfortable you are in
Oh, no. None of that, please, sir. It's all bad. Like the hairstyle, I don't like the hairstyle. The weird, like, diagonal braids she got going on. I don't like. By this point, like I said, she looked like aged. Like being outside literally took it out of her. So she looks like aged. She looks like she's like a 70-year-old woman here. It's a really unattractive look. The over the shoulder, it kind of probably goes too far over the shoulder in my opinion, and it gives like a batwing effect here. So it's not very nice. I think if it cut actually up the arm better, it would look nicer with how low down the shoulder it is. Because it's once again one of those tops that is separate to the bottoms. Again, like I don't like jumpsuits. Everyone knows that about me. But like she's like spilling out because it is always such a narrow amount. Despite her saying how long her torso is, it's always like a really narrow amount between the top and the bottom, and it always just looks like she's just like ripped it and it's just spilling out.
Showing kind of.
And then obviously just the bottoms. That's all I need to say. The bottoms.
Region. Again, I didn't need a bra. Success.
She looks like a big old dumpy going on though, so it does kind of make her arse look a bit better.
And literally felt like the softest pajamas I ever worn. In fact, I made lots of stringers on the cruise. Whenever they would tell me like, "Oh my gosh, I love your outfit," I'd be like, "Oh, sure. Touch it. It feels like pajamas." And that to me,
that sounds awkward and uncomfortable. Imagine if you went up and you were just trying to be nice to someone in this literally empty cruise liner that she definitely isn't like meeting people on. You walk up, someone say, "Oh, that's a really nice fucking whatever the hell it is." And you go, "Touch it like pajamas." It's like, no.
Again, the please don't. So
I'm faking a compliment here.
I had to throw another Rip Dolls in there because I just thought it was so great. There was actually a fourth set that I'm just remembering now, but I wore it for such a little amount of time, and we didn't get a lot of good footage of it because we got off the boat, our camera kind of crapped out. We were panicking, so we had like a shot.
Oh yeah, your camera crapped out. How could I forget about that interesting part of the cruise where you, as a professional vlogger being paid to go on this, didn't charge your camera or something like that?
Yeah, and then immediately I got on the boat and I took it off and I was
immediately stripped off.
But I think it's important to talk about because it's a super affordable set. It's from a brand that's available everywhere, which is Old Navy.
Why don't you put it on like why don't you put it on right now if you didn't get any footage of it? I'm assuming you still have it, unless you just instantly dump clothes the second you dump them, or just, I don't know, maybe she eBays it all. Maybe she has like a feeder website or something like that for guys who just really like to smell the clothing of large women who were sweating in the Bahamas or something like that. So did you immediately like auction it off to the highest bidder? Why don't you just put it on now? I'm assuming you still have it.
And I honestly love Old Navy. I know that it is not the most wild and crazy pieces, but you can do a lot with the basics.
I barely know what it looks like.
And this is a two-piece orange set. You guys know orange is...
It's like I said, once it's too much of a matte color, so I don't. It's actually kind of like, it's painful for my eyes to stare at it too long. I don't know why, because it's kind of like radioactive glowing. The top looks nice again, but like I said, once again, it's one of those ones that is just so close to touching, but it doesn't, and it looks like she has just burst it and she's spilling out of it. Every single time. Like, if you're a thin girl and you want to go for, like, a separation where you see a bit of midriff, guys love that. That is true. Guys love that. That's not appealing.
This is my favorite color, so I love it.
I don't.
One small caveat is that...
There's a rope! What the fuck? That woman's expression in the background, that is my expression. It's just like static there. It's like, what am I going to post with? Rope. Rope. It's a rope. Look, guys, a rope.
The waist for me. And I think if you're an apple shape, they would fit you so much better. I actually have to like sew elastic into the waistband to keep them on. Because, you know,
what?
These lipedema thighs, they just make my sizing a little bit more challenging.
So yeah, I understand that.
You wouldn't have to do that, and they're just really great. Again, another thing that I got a lot of compliments on. So the last thing.
Oh my god. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just this is like purely a guy opinion. I guess I'm coming out with here. It's so weird to constantly talk about the number of compliments you get. Really, really fucking weird. Especially when you look like her, you know? Especially when you look like her and you're like really, really unappealing. All you do is like, I got so many compliments. I got so many compliments. I got so many compliments. Foodie does it. Amber does it. We know it's not real. We know, we can see you. You telling us how often people tell you you're good looking, it doesn't change my mind. I'm not 2. I'm not going to be like, really? Oh, I must be wrong then. She is beautiful. I'm not going to change my mind.
I'm going to talk about our 2 dresses I wore. And I didn't intentionally mean to bring 2 red dresses, but I did.
Well, you did, because you're going on Virgin Haul. Like, I even specifically made the point that it was suspicious how often she was wearing red when she was going around the Virgin ship. It's almost like it was a sponsor thing.
Both have very different vibes, so that's okay.
Because she's probably wearing red, because I wonder, if you have a look at the catalog in 6 months' time, or whatever it is, for the next Virgin, like, marketing campaign, is she going to appear in the marketing for it? And obviously they'd want her wearing red for it because it's Virgin. Red is their brand. That's my assumption.
Yeah. The first dress I brought was from a brand called Sugar Lips.
Like
this
that
is my
one.
first experience wearing Sugar Lips. And
can you put on your bag? Why is that bag always? Is she lying to us? At one point, did she touch hot glue and then pick up her bag? And she hasn't, and that's literally stuck there, and she's waiting to get back to the shore so they can surgically remove her bag from her hand or something like that. Why is it always there?
In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I am going to do a haul feature because
she looks like she's really struggling to walk up those stairs, though.
Again, I didn't even know this brand made Plus, and it was so fantastic. I felt people needed to see it.
Wow.
Now,
I like it.
Kind of an off-the-shoulder-ish.
I think the back cut goes just a little bit too far down for her because you can kind of start seeing ripples, which it feels like it's not something I should ever have to say about someone's body, but it goes just too far down.
With like a V in the back. And I just say that because I find that V...
Like, if it went, like, straight here, like, at the back, I think this is actually quite a nice look. Like, call me crazy. I actually think this is quite nice.
Ruffle detail. So much more interesting than, like, a straight across the back, off the shoulder dress.
I totally disagree with you because the V goes too deep. Maybe the V is a little more shallow, maybe, but it's just too deep.
Well, you can see it in the video.
Look at this. Is that a camera crew over there? Is that a camera?
Of me.
Is it? I'm not sure. No, I'm not convinced anymore. I thought this was like a camera setup because, like, look how empty this place is. She has this entire staircase to herself to do, like, repeated catwalks up and down it, poses and everything like that. I don't buy that this isn't like a sponsor day when a bunch of sponsors were invited to come and hang out in the cruise. And I thought that was a camera. I'm not actually 100% convinced now, but I'm sorry, I don't buy this at all.
Wearing it. This was a very comfortable dress, but it did have a lot of volume at the bottom. So if you're like me in a fair shape, buy your top size. Do not buy your bottom size. It will be too big. I actually originally bought this dress in the size of my bottom, which is like a 3X, and I returned it and...
Come on. There's literally no fucking chance. This is there's no chance. Like, I disbelieve Foodie Beauty when she claims her belly section is a 3X. There's literally no chance. These hips, those thighs, there's no chance it's a 3. No chance at all. Can we not?
Rebought it in a 2X and it fit.
It's a nice to 2X, guys. Just downgrade. No. You're literally meant to be like telling people what to wear. Don't fucking lie about the sizing.
Considerably better. And as you can see in the video, I still have a lot of skirt and space. It's fitting me up here the way I want it to fit, which is, again...
Look at these t-shirts. Look at these t-shirts. I realize you're being sponsored by Virgin and weirdly just, like, not disclosing it or something like that. But, like, are you going to make a point that Virgin, it probably doesn't have, like, a 6X or whatever the fuck it is you wear? Are you going to complain about that? Because, that is something you should probably have, like, a feeling about. As a plus-size model/influencer who was hired by them, surely you should be upset that they don't have sizes for you.
In a way that allows me to not wear a bra. That's the theme of this video. Bras are stupid.
Oh my god, crazy. She's so unique, guys. Oh my god, I wish my girlfriend was like her.
But it was a really great dress for that. Got a lot of really great compliments. We were shooting.
Oh my god, a fucking game.
A main area on the cruise, and a bunch of people came.
Wow, you were shooting in the main area on the cruise, and there was no one else around. That's weird. It's almost like lies. It's almost like it's literally fucking fake. What? Also, wouldn't you include people coming up and repeatedly complimenting you if you're doing a vlog? Wouldn't that, like, make sense?
Come up to me and we're like, oh my god, I love your dress. And, you know.
Fake,
that's my favorite thing.
Making up stories and saying people like me. That's my favorite thing. Probably the margaritas. They're probably a close second.
Made my cruise A-okay.
Fringe.
The last dress I wore was from City Chic. And this is very on trend with, like, the shoulder ties and kind of the sweetheart neck here.
Wow.
This is a very comfortable dress.
It's a heart neck? Is that what we describe as a heart neck? You know what she said? I didn't realize I had 2 red dresses. Weird that all of her dresses are red. There were 3, because the first one, the crocheted one, that's a dress. Like, it is just a dress. That was 3. So, like, the majority of clothing she wore are red. You know? And they just are.
Dress. This is a dress that would be great for, like, even sightseeing.
Wow, look at her. She's in, like, this cafe music area. And it's empty! Again! That's crazy! Wow, they mustn't have sold any seats. This must be a failing business of a cruise because no one's on it.
It doesn't look it. It looks
so
glamorous and
look at her.
Slightly vintage.
Look at her. Oh,
it's actually incredibly comfortable.
She's so cool, guys. Pop, shove it, yo, diggity.
It has pockets and would be great over a pair of bike shorts to walk a city, and I would very much wear it that way if I were packing it again for a future trip. Which honestly,
if it still exists.
Right. I think City Chic is another one of those underrated brands. I think a lot of people know about City Chic, but literally
alcohol. So one time she actually looked happy during this entire thing. It looks like okay, like, but it just looks okay. It's literally the only thing so far that has given her like boobs at all. I'm assuming she's probably wearing a push-up hidden under those straps there.
Some of their stuff coming out recently.
No, I don't really think so because it goes too far off the shoulder.
It's just so good. It's so good. And they're another brand that I just purchased a haul from for future because I was so impressed by this dress.
Exciting.
And then I went on the site and I was like, oh my God.
I'm genuinely curious how much money she makes if she is able to keep doing these, or if it is just all like everything is sent. Because like I was giving it to her that maybe she actually does order the clothes and she just gets affiliate link stuff from it. But I'm not convinced because like the amount of stuff that she buys these hauls and the amount of stuff you never see her wear again. I assume she probably does get sent this shit for free as well. Just like with the Virgin cruising. 100% I think that was it. Because like the cost of that cruise, like I don't know how much. I'm just going to assume a couple $1,000. Her video got like 30,000 videos views on it, so I think. It does not even come close. Even remotely close to recuperating her amount of money she spent on that whatsoever. So this wouldn't make sense as a business model to her.
Who did they hire? Because their stuff is popping right now.
Oh my God, so popping.
I always love, and especially these two dresses are great.
She really is doing this thing, this is why it makes me think it's even more like sponsorship, because everything she's reviewed so far, she is like, I didn't realize they did this size, and oh my God, they do, guys. I'm breaking the news to you. Oh my God, these people, I didn't like their previous stuff, but this stuff right now is so, all of their current new lineup that you should definitely go out and buy, it is so good right now. It is like such marketing terms.
Examples of being either reminded or informed about a brand I didn't know, and then going and exploring them further and finding out, wow, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more. So that is everything I wore on the cruise.
Oh, the little anaconda there trying to camouflage yourself against the back. I can see you.
I was very comfortable in literally everything I brought. No.
Probably because there's no one around to look at you.
Complaints, 10 out of 10. And I would also say that there's a lot of different options for a lot of different things. And I think on a cruise, that's one of the challenges of dressing.
Was there a lot of options for a lot of different things? She literally wore like 3 different like crop tops or like tops with like trousers. You literally wore just 3 different ones of those and then 3 different dresses. That seemed to be it.
For a cruise, there's a lot of different things that go on, and sometimes you want to feel.
I'm gonna say, because I was gonna do my thing where I rewind back. This is easily my favorite. None of the others even come close to this. This is like. Yeah, it's actually not, but also at the same time, this is obviously where she put the most effort in because her hair is actually done and her makeup is actually done, so she looks the best here. Not hard in any way because I don't think I liked anything else she's wearing, which is weird because usually I do give her a little bit of credit. It's weird when I watch this and I think, like, outside of this one, the nicest thing she has worn is just her standing there in that like shirt with her jeans on for her introduction MC part.
Nice and in a fancy dress. And other times you just want to feel comfortable in a sweatset that looks a little bit nicer than.
Especially like the stupid ass sunglasses and the weird fucking ascot. Like it's so lame. It looks like she's about to break into like a rap video or something like that. It's so bad.
Pajamas. So that is everything I wore on my cruise. Honestly, I was really happy with what I packed. I was comfortable in what I packed, and I had a great time. If you haven't watched,
comfort is like easily the most important thing. Obviously, when you're going on like a holiday in general, because I don't really care like what I look like. A lot of times when I'm walking around, hell, I go to Japan, I wear anime shirts, like so. I don't really care what I look like or what people think of me when I'm walking around. It's not something that factors into my. I don't think, oh, I wonder if people like this or what. If I like it and I'm comfortable, I literally don't give a shit. That's probably what she should have been going for, as opposed to her constantly going, and then all these people kept coming up and clapping and saying how beautiful and amazing I looked at it. And it's like every single dress, every single outfit she said it. And it's like, I don't believe you.
Watch the vlog again. Another little shout out for that because you can see all the fun I had in these clothes.
I honestly thought she was about to say, you can see that it is really struggling and no one cares about that video.
Links to everything are down below. You can leave your questions, comments, and concerns down below as well. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I actually have to go pack for another trip, believe it or not.
Wow.
So I will check you guys later.
What a victim you are. this is my point when I keep talking about how like she just tries to act like the biggest victim ever. And she's like, I'm going on another sponsored holiday soon. It's like, wow. What a poor victim you are. Okay, guys, I guess we're going on to the next one. We'll cover the bikini one because I don't really know if there's going to be a lot to say about that one because it's just bikinis. Like I said, we saw all the bikinis, and they're bikinis. They're bikinis, and they fit like bikinis, and they look like bikinis. And on her body, they all look bad because that is just the blatant objective fact that they don't look good because it doesn't look good. So I'm not gonna really have a lot to say. So let's get to it. Okay, and this is plus size bikini try on haul. What plus size swimwear I wore cruising. Fantastic. It's just a lot of words. Try on haul implies that she's gonna put them on now, doesn't it? Try on haul implies that she's just got them. She's about to put them on now, as opposed to just playing video footage. So maybe she's going to show those like live. Not overly interested in this, like I just said, so let's just get straight into it.
Okay, this is the video you guys have been waiting for, which is all the swim I wore on my cruise through the Caribbean about a week and a half ago.
I don't agree.
Small caveat. Usually when I try on swimsuits for camera, I try them on here in my living room, twirl, etc.
Do you? I have to admit, none of the try-on hauls I've seen so far have been swimsuit related. The one time she did a swimsuit was the one in Hawaii, and she literally didn't talk about it. She just played a music video of her like dancing in it.
Etc. This time, all of these suits I wore for the first time in the water, so I have definite opinions about what I like and what I like them for.
Yeah,
I have found that some swim stretches out in water and some swim is tight.
They all just look the same. That's a big problem when you're like her size, to put it fucking bluntly. Like a lot of clothing just looks the same on you because there's not a lot that it can really do for this body shape. And there's very specific ones. You have like maybe with a girl, she can be like a really thin, attractive girl with a nice ass or something like that. And she might be like, oh well, I wear a French cut because of the size of my ass, I need to wear French cut. The way it fits on my ass is a lot nicer. I might just wear like standard like Y-front kind of designs. I might wear a thong. There's a lot of variety there, but for her, there's really not. Like all of her bikini tops have the same shape. And all of her bottoms just seem to have the same shape as well, because you can't really be risky or adventurous with them because she might rip out of them.
Later in water. So hopefully this will be really helpful for those of you trying new brands to get a better idea of like how the fabric that these brands use.
That is actual information that might be interesting for like bigger women who just want to like try out like, clothing, go swimming and shit like that. It ain't interested for me. So
the first suit I wore since like day one on the cruise, it was this green suit from a brand I've never worn before, which is called Kalia. And it is, I believe, Carrie Underwood's swimwear line. So if you didn't know she had a swimwear/active line.
That's what I say. All of her bikinis, she's so dainty. All of her bikinis look like this, you know? Because half the bikini, because like very rarely does she seem to have her bikini under her belly. It all seems to go up to like fucking midriff level. And it's just not... It's not appealing. I know it's not appealing in general, but it's really not appealing when because bikinis are meant to be like nice looking. You can have like interesting cuts or interesting designs or interesting fabrics or like, you know, way it's tied or anything. There's a lot you can do with a bikini. But for her, they're all just like really bland, really flat, really matte, you know?
Now you do. It's sold at Dick's Sporting Goods. Funny story. I used to work in advertising. And well, not advertising.
Well, I guess maybe that does make sense as to why she has the connections to keep getting hired to be like, you know, the fat person on your modeling lineup.
Like marketing, and the agency that Dick's Sporting Goods uses is called Huge. This is not made up. And I used to have meetings in my calendar that would just say,
"Would you just say Huge Dicks?"
Huge Dicks.
Wow, that was so funny. Even I could guess what. It's not even funny.
And it is by far the funniest thing that ever happened. It worked.
Wow.
And then I'd be like, I'm going to.
You've had a really shit life at work.
Huge Dicks meeting. It's still funny. It's still funny. But yeah.
I do appreciate the shout out though, Anna.
Their ad agency of record at one time was called Huge. And that was the best. That's the only thing I remember about working on that account. That's all I remember.
I can't believe we're like fucking a minute and a half into this and she's mainly talked about Huge Dicks so far. Thanks, I appreciate it.
But, and what a thing to remember, right?
No.
Anyway,
really boring thing. It really is like, it's so sad because like so many of these girls all have the same like personality quirk to try and make them sound interesting. And it's like Amber. It's like when you go back to the time table thing and you're watching Amber Lynn from like 6 years ago and she's like showing off her like calendar and like someone's read suck dick, suck ass or something like that on. She's like, oh my god, it says suck dick, suck ass. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so funny. And I was like, it's not. Like, I've heard Anna is closer to 40. I assume she was probably in her like early 30s, but people told me that she's closer to 40. So good work, that kid. You look better for your age than I thought you were going to. But Amber was like 28 at the time. Foodie is like 40 now. and they all act like teenagers, and it's like they think like a fart is like the funniest thing that's ever existed. They think someone saying like "suck dick" is like the funniest thing ever existed. And I'm the guy who says "suck dick" a lot, and even I don't think it's like overly funny to say. It's like, oh yeah, you just said "suck dick," you know? It's just so weird that they try so hard to be youthful.
Very comfortable. This one does get a little bit bigger in the water. In fact, I felt the top supported me a lot better when it was dry than it did.
It's already looks too big for you, so yeah, I assume it wouldn't be a good shot. I kind of like the split strap. I think that's quite nice looking.
Wet, so I would have actually liked a size down in the top. Maybe even a size.
She just lies down and she just kind of goes out in all directions.
Down in the bottom because they were a little bit less supportive than I like in this area. But again, when I tried them on dry. Perfect.
The biggest problem is, it's like, where are you meant to wear them? Like, that's probably something she should be talking about. Is like, where is that, like, those on, like, the bikini bottoms, where are they designed to fit on you? Are you meant to pull them up to the bottom of your rib cage? Is that where you're meant to pull them up to? Are you meant to wear them under the gut? Are you meant to wear them around the hips? That is probably something you should be discussing, because for a lot of people, they wear clothing differently. Like, I know that I wear my clothes pretty low down. Like, my trousers I generally wear pretty low down.
Fit. So just keep that in mind if you're in between sizes, to probably size down in this suit. Otherwise, really high quality, double-lined bottom.
Wow,
nice deep.
We're standing around in this empty cruise again, guys. Oh, definitely not a sponsor thing.
Tails, good colors. Honestly, I would buy another one of their suits again. I'm just a little bit more informed about, the sizing and how things fit. The next suit I wore is from one of my favorites.
Oh my God.
Their suits always fit me.
Buy it,
I
please.
think the best of a lot of the suits. Or one of the best, I would say, which is Lime Ricky. You've probably seen.
I don't like the sunglasses. I don't like how much it screams, "Please give me attention. Look at me. Aren't I so interesting?" I really don't like that. I find it kind of cringe if you're just someone who's like out in public who's like screaming, "Please look at me." Especially when we all know this is the time when she literally just walked onto this boat. They haven't even left yet, and she instantly stripped off. No one else in this boat was wearing a bikini. She is literally just sitting there by herself in a bikini, whilst everyone else is wearing like full fucking clothing still. It is like the most like give me attention kind of shit in the world. It's not overly nice. I like the top. If I just look at the top, I like the one shoulder design on the top. I think it's good. The design is a bit it's not really that interesting. I think I like the pink. I think the pink goes with it. She likes green as well, I guess. The bottoms just look bad. Once again, because once you're like sticking your gut into your underwear, it looks awful. It's like there's no way to fix it. There is no way at that point to fix it.
Them every year if you follow my channel for a while, because I do really like them.
Die.
For being active, they're just really good at staying in place. They don't ride up your butt. They don't come down very easily.
We see your butt?
And I was wearing a one shoulder.
There we go. We can see her butt now. The front of the top looks a lot better because it's not then tucked under like the exposed side boob that is going all the way around to her back. It looks better from the back than it does from the front, because like once again from the back it's like, yeah, okay, she has bad upper thighs, but it looks okay. In the front, I am fully aware she has just tucked her gut down into it, and it looks silly.
Shoulder here, and I ran through the sand, and it stayed up. And let me tell you, a lot of suits wouldn't.
That's faster than she did the 5K. She's flying.
I also like that this is a small business, women-owned, etc., etc.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like the brand, and I really like the way this suit looks on me. It's with a collab with Printfresh, which is another small business that makes these really cool, prints, often featuring like cheetahs. I don't know why they always have cheetahs, but
that wasn't a cheetah. It was a leopard, firstly, and it looks kind of lame. I'm sorry. It's just like, it's kind of like one of those people who's like, oh yes, I went to the Ganges one time. It gives that kind of appeal. It kind of gives like a. You buy it from someone who's like, yeah, totes for real, guys. This is like a real Indian design. That's kind of how I feel.
When I think of Printfresh, I think of cheetahs on fabric. So in colorful variations.
Yeah. Awful.
The same place we went in this like cheetah suit, I changed into a neon suit, which I thought would be better.
I don't really know how I feel about this. Maybe if I look at it from the front, it looks like too kitty. I don't mind like neon colors. Like this is just very her. It's pink, it's green, and it's yellow and neon. All of her favorite colors. I don't know if I really like it. I like the pose. I like her looking out at this thing going, how in the fuck am I meant to do any of this stuff? That is a pose. That is what I get from this pose. Her staring at this going like, Well, this ain't built for as we saw in the video, because I didn't remember laughing when she ate shit trying to climb up something.
For like climbing, there was this like obstacle course thing that I was not good at.
Yeah, imagine.
I was humbled by, I think is the best
Why
word.
would you be humbled by it? You're literally the same size as it.
Say it, I was humbled by. And this suit I thought was from Show Me Your Moo Moo, which is a brand
that's still funny the second time.
Recently started making plus, though not in everything, which kind of frustrates me because I often go to their site and be like, oh, I want this, and then it's like not in my size. But every once in a while, they'll have a banger in plus, and I think this suit is a banger. It's neon, not. It's color blocked, it's really cool.
It's just so boring. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just like bland. Like, especially when you come from the last one, which is like the leopard design, which is like cringe and kind of bad, and I don't like it at all. This is just like, oh, you know? It looks like a child's one because of the big bright color, big blocky bright colors.
But it rides up my butt. Like, it was riding my crack. Especially with climbing, and I thought just the way it was constructed and the way it was on.
Well, that might just happen because you're climbing, like you're lifting your legs. Like I'm sorry, like it's kind of like an unfair test. Well, I wore this one whilst I was trying to climb shit, and I wore this one whilst I was walking. You know, they're basically the same test. Well, not really.
On dry, that it would kind of hug under the cheek as I did things, but
I don't think anything has ever been under your. I haven't seen any of her stuff under her cheek. None of her underwear goes down far enough. I would call it under the cheek.
The more I wore it, the more it just went up. So again, this is a great example of a suit maybe getting a little bit bigger in water.
Nope.
And top was fine. Had no issues with the top at all. And honestly, the bottom would be fine for most activities. It was just.
Why wouldn't we say? You should have shown us the back. Like, we didn't get to see the back with you moving it, because then we could tell how much it's actually running. Because like I said, it definitely didn't look like it was under a cheek.
The climbing and falling, lots of falling actually. That kind of mess it up. So I feel like maybe I'm being a little harsh on this one.
You are, yes, 100%.
Not the norm for
obviously
a swimsuit to be doing all of the falling I was doing. One of my favorite suits on this cruise.
I don't remember the other ones.
I didn't expect to love it so much, but it was this royal blue suit from.
Why is there just this? What are you like gushing from your belly button? Have you got a belly button infection or something? Like I said, once again, she's walking around in an empty cruise. Again, there's a worker in the background cleaning something. Why is she walking around in an empty? It's so obvious it was a sponsored video.
City Chic. I've never had a suit from City Chic before. I had no clue how it would fit me. It was the same scrunch material.
I don't like it. It's like I said. This is why I say I don't really have a lot to say about the clothing, because it's her in like underwear that looks exactly the same. The bikini bottom looks exactly the same because it rides up exactly the same way. It probably fits her ass exactly the same way. The top is just a top. It's not like an overly interesting top or anything like that. It is just like cover all top. It is like trying to cover as much of her body as possible whilst still just being a bikini top. That's all I really have to say. I'm kind of running out of steam with this one because it's just I'm just saying, looks the same as the last one. It's not very nice, over and over and over again. Okay, guys, yeah, just gonna skip to them because it was just kind of bland. It was she wore the stripe one from Tord at the end of it. It was just kind of bland. The biggest problem is all of them just look the same. They all seem to fit her the same, and that is pretty much it. It's not overly interesting. Once again, she has another haul coming from a company because, oh my god, I don't know what's happened recently, but oh my god, all this stuff recently is so good, so I bought a whole. It's like, yeah, okay, it's exactly the same thing you said about the other company you said earlier on. Mentioned again how she doesn't like wearing bras. Walked around a suspiciously empty cruise ship a bunch more times while posing. Yeah, it just kind of got boring because at that point you're just going like, okay, it doesn't look good on her, which is like, I think a given. And it's not overly interesting because they're all the same. It's just different colors or different patterns or something like that. I was like, okay, well, I guess that's going to be it, guys. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.